Hello everyone, and welcome to the... Right. Start again. Hello. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast. We're back with another edition of questions and answers.
He did well. Take 75. He did really well.
Better than him last week.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was funny.
So last week people realised that I didn't have the shot, which I came and I let you know about.
So
Imagine now that you brought the car this week, Chris.
Yeah.
No, so I said Paul do it, and I said after the recording, I came clean about it, and I said Paul do it during that one. Neither of you just picked it up. Well, 3 years, not one of you just picked it up.
Listening, he had his bloody earphones.
I sat there and I was like, Paul do it, and I was like, I haven't realised yet. I've got to go here with this one.
But the thing is when I watched it back, you went, pulled down, you went, oh. Yeah, so you even like realised yourself.
Yeah,
you dumped it in that you'd said it, but like we were just
oblivious. Too busy ranting about Newcastle. Yeah. Missed it.
But to be fair, you did have your shot afterwards.
So,
through your eyeball.
Liam sends in, I've seen fans get angry because we lost at Liverpool. Like we should be beating teams like them. What are your thoughts?
You're right, Liam. We should.
So
absolutely.
You can't get overly angry about getting beat off of
Champions
of Europe against Premier League runners-up.
You can get overly angry about Christian Atsu leaving the ball.
Yeah, so
he lost it.
We got a little bit emotional about Atsu on the previous podcast. So if you want to listen to the reaction of the Liverpool game, get yourselves away.
Yeah, he's bang on, isn't he? He's bang on, he's right. I mean, people are standing outside your shops now because we've got to beat on Liverpool. Isn't it? Calm down, man.
So yeah, be angry about losing against Norwich.
When was the last time we beat Liverpool at Anfield?
They mentioned it and it was... God, who was it? I think
the fact that
Janus
the fact that you've got to think about that answers that question.
I'm sure Janus was in the studio, and I'm sure they mentioned he was in the last team that beat Liverpool at Anfield. If I might be making that up completely, but I'm sure I heard that.
They're a bloody good team. I think they'll win the league this season.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a long way to go, isn't it? I know that Man City's dropped points, which we didn't expect. But
Man City doesn't look the team that they were.
Klopp's done such
Liverpool
a job, hasn't he?
Does.
Unbelievable.
So, Pasty Guy sends in, this one's for Mark.
Oh.
He says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how pushy were the Liverpool stewards?
I understand why you sent this. So, literally... half time we saw young Chilcott in the refreshment area, and I swear to God, it is the worst place on earth to try and get a drink at half time is in that Liverpool away end. It was
Old Trafford's bad as well.
Oh no, that's a walk in the park compared to Anfield. It was ridiculous. So you got to the point where you'd queue up, have to get down to the bottom, get your pint, and literally you'd get your bottle or your pint off it, you'd take a sip, and the stewards were like, right, come on, drink up, everybody out. And you went, literally just bought, you've just seen this queue up and buy it. No, come on, everybody out. They were forcing people to drink drinks, dump stuff like that, and get out and get back into the seats at half time.
What's with that though? Because normally they just let you mingle and just do whatever they want, don't they?
Because they had to clean it.
Clean it after we've left?
They had to clean it. Oh no, the cleaners were out sweeping around you and everything and picking up stuff. It was ridiculous.
It's a bit over the top. Next thing is to go for a bite and half time. They'd be sorted.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, they were 10. Very pushy.
So Joe Buck sends in, true or false, one member of the podcast was starting Shora Amiobi and Peter Lovencroft chants in the Orcles. Was that you? Because you're the only one out of the podcast that was there. You and Adam. So it must have been you, mate.
What? Who said that?
So was it you?
Who sent that in?
Joe Buck.
Joe. Come on. I remember seeing Joe top off, standing on tables and chairs. It wasn't me.
Well, was there a smoke bomb that went off in the Orcles this time?
Not this time. So no, it was actually very good crack.
If anyone was in Liverpool 2 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Two seasons ago, it was a freezing cold day. Deka, you had your big Newcastle 95 Keegan coat on, the Keegan coat. What rammed the Orcles, absolutely rammed Packed to the rim, Newcastle fans.
Yeah.
A few Liverpool fans in there as well. Newcastle fans set a smoke bomb off. The only thing I remember from that is the DJ going, "You've ruined this for everyone."
Well, the same DJ was on, and to be fair, it was actually very, very good crack in there on Saturday. It was.
Well, it wasn't when we win. It was just that.
Yeah, it was full of Newcastle fans. Everybody was having a good time, having a good sing song. I may or may not have started off songs about Peter Lovenkrands. Definitely didn't want to start one off about Ashley's apologist, Shola Miobi.
Did you say one about Shola, did you?
Oh, God. So, was you then?
Why you seem so in denial? I did not sing a song about Peter Lovenkrands. I sang about Nigel Farage, man. You know what I mean, man?
I definitely sang the Peter Lovenkrands one.
I was always going to say, I definitely sang about Nigel Farage.
So Jody Dubravka sends in, pick one player from Newcastle United to sign. So pick a player for us to sign in January
Messi.
And sell in. All right, so it doesn't make sense.
To be a realistic
so
player.
he hasn't put any commas or anything in this. So he basically says, pick one player for Newcastle United to sign and sell in January. So I think we're signing and sell one.
Shit. Well, there's somebody you want to make a profit on then in that case, isn't it?
Thanks for coming. Bye. It's a hard question.
Does it have to be a realistic signing?
We've always said for years that we're not the podcast if you're going to sit and listen to this to go, we should be buying this player from the Japanese third league, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Honest, I do struggle now, because, I mean...
I'd quite happily have Firmino if he's going spare.
Yeah.
I mean, I always come back to the same old faces, but like Shea, for example, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In fairness to Willems, I didn't know anything about him, and he's done so far doing quite well. And
we did try to sign him 2-3 years ago.
yeah, I still didn't know him though. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I used to go home and be.
Was he not one of your Twitter
VHS
friends?
And, but it's a difficult one. I think position-wise, or maybe a bit easier to say. Maybe
Winger, so apparently that's where we need to strengthen. Well, that's where the news that came from, I think, was a Chronicle last couple of days saying that we're looking at strengthening wingers.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you've got Saint-Maximin, Atsu, Almiron.
Richie technically.
Richie technically in a way.
Would you now? I would
Murphy's still on the books.
So NUFC, moving on. NUFC Belfast sends in.
What is he about selling though, isn't he?
Selling.
Selling someone?
Shelby.
Kraft. Oh, God.
Nah, I'm going to play it safe. And someone that's not even involved in the team. So
Callback.
We're not selling Gayle because he's got something wrong with him. No one knows what's wrong with him.
I don't even know what's wrong with him.
Nobody knows what's wrong with him. He's doing a Mike Lowe now.
I was going to say, do you think he's got that Mike Lowe disease?
How do they not know? How man? How do they not know what's wrong with him?
I've got no idea.
Perhaps he's got psychological problems.
Well, then what's wrong with him?
I know, because you kind of like...
He's got a cough problem, hasn't he? His cough's blew up or something.
So NUFC Belfast says, I know he's new and needs to adapt to the Premier League, but anyone else think Kraft should have been hooked a lot earlier?
Absolutely. I don't care if he's new, old, or whatever. Alright, he's new, so you don't go too hard on him, but you can only judge what you see. And I'd say it again, Manquillo must be sitting on the bench going, my heavens, I've never been this bad.
So since Jacob Murphy left Newcastle United and went on loan, Deka's found it upon himself to pinpoint Kraft. I did
find it quite ironic that he tweeted out saying how much he was missing DeAndre Yedlin after he sat here for the last 2 years slagging him off every week about his sense of positioning and getting too far forward.
His position is shocking.
The only thing I would say is he did come forward, and I still think that was Rafa actually, to stay tight, too close in towards the centre half.
Can't blame Rafa.
But I have no issues with Yedlin, and I know everyone some of the grief I got for saying Yedlin should be back in the team. God almighty, people literally were going off at this, and I was like, I don't think Yedlin's done that much wrong other than the Palace penalty than I remember.
Let's play devil's advocate here for a minute.
Let's go.
Could the fact that Almiron's playing in front of him be hindering him?
Kraft?
Yeah.
Well, it's not his fault. Well, I don't think it's Almiron's fault he missed from 6 yards out and hit this someone's house. I don't think that's got anything to do with Almiron at all.
He's not a striker though, is he?
He's a professional footballer. Christ. I'm expecting him to hit the target line.
If the fella on the left hand side's bringing a goal in that in the top corner, Kraft is at least getting on target.
Well, you can see how upset Kraft was when he missed it. He was like, "Jeez, I'm doing again."
Yeah, he was frustrated.
He didn't go, "I'm not a striker, lad," and then just shot back, did he?
Shout out to Lennon. Why you not here?
Your job is,
No, but his job is to defend, isn't it?
But he can't do that either.
So
he can't do that either. His positioning's not great. A few times Shea, you obviously were there, so that was tough. Loads of times I was watching Shea was going, get out. Loads of times, get out.
Yeah, so at one point Shea was going wild at him. Wild.
He was going, get out, get out. Then Shea actually just took it upon himself to just go out right back. So, but like, I know it's a difficult game to judge him because you are playing against European champions.
So Mark sends in, out of Atsu Almiron, who should be dropped when Saint-Maximin comes in?
Oh, you can't drop Atsu.
Almiron? Has to be.
Why do you drop either of them?
Well, that's just I'm just saying it.
Why do you have to get him in?
If Almiron doesn't if he doesn't get the assists, if he doesn't get the goals, he gets dropped.
Yeah, we had that little discussion the other week.
Yeah, he gets dropped. It's a no-brainer. He gets dropped.
Atsu's technically got another assist, hasn't he? Could do that goal at the weekend. He's got one for the Joe Linton goal against Spurs.
He's got one for the Liverpool team.
You what? He's got one for their goal now.
I still can't believe you're blaming him for that.
You need to watch it again.
You need to watch that back because
I've watched it today.
He's started that move for them.
Yesterday on Goals on Sunday.
I don't believe you.
And then I watched Match of the Day today.
Well, then how do you not know it's his fault?
Is that a new show?
Yeah, Match of the Day today.
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 Yesterday. Yeah, nah, shite.
It's only because I went on Sky and they didn't have the extended highlights. I think probably because it was a BT game.
So Almiron, yeah.
Based on current performances, he's the one that gets.
I'm going to say it is.
Out, but it's harsh that you leave him out at the minute.
I'm going to say it is.
You'd realise what you're missing by taking Almiron off the pitch, though.
Well, we'll find out.
I think losing Almiron, then you'll realise how much he actually gives the team.
That was kind of the point that I was making with Kraft is like the bits that everybody's picking up on is the fact that he's going on his little runs, he's disappearing off into the middle of the park and stuff like that. Is that, what is leaving space for perhaps teams to exploit to isolate Kraft a little bit and get 2 or 3 players in because Almiron's not there?
I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate that you're looking for a reason to defend him, and that's fine.
Glad someone's looking at defending.
I think he has looked pretty poor, in all honesty.
I'll tell you the one good thing about him, his wife's unbelievable.
He's got a look of Matt Ritchie about him as well.
So, Neil JR sends in, hi Neil, how we doing? He says, if everyone is fit, who do you start from? Yedlin, Mankiw and Kraft? I think we know Deka's answer. Yeah. Kraft.
Yeah, 100%. First image.
So you're going Yedlin, yeah?
100%.
I'm going Mankiw.
I'd go Yedlin as well. I've always liked Yedlin.
So I remember at I think it was the end of last season, and was when Mankiw was getting his chances, and Leighton, who owns this pub, he came in and we asked him the same question, and he said Yedlin. He just said Yedlin's an athlete, all like he's got his pace. And Mankiw, he's done well. He has done well. And
Mankiw, end of the season,
it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh for not being there.
2/3 of the season was awful.
He's right. Who would you cast?
No, but I'm going on current form. I'm going on form.
But based on current form, Mankiw should be in that team every day of the week.
Yeah, I go on form. So of course he had a shocking start, but at the end of the season he was playing well. In pre-season he played well. So he's very unlucky not to still be playing in that team.
So why is that then?
Because we're bought new lads.
Because he hasn't been signed in the summer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm happy with that answer. I just think it's a bullshit one.
So I think if Saint-Maximin had been fit, it would have been the same way. Atsu probably wouldn't get his chances.
Yeah. To be fair, you've got to. It's a hard one because you think, right, do I take him out of the firing line for a little bit and let him just have a little bit of time away, just get him to adapt get into training, get used to playing with the lads there, give him some time to come on like he's been doing Mankiw, maybe give him some under 23 games just to get him a bit accustomed to the league.
There's only really one way to get used to the league, and that's playing the games.
That is the thing. He's right. The only way you can get used to it is by playing. What I would honestly say to him is, listen, mate, like I know you're trying, but I just don't think you're doing well enough, and I think he deserves a chance.
The thing is we've already seen it on Twitter. We see it with people constantly tweeting about him and stuff like that. And this could be a situation that either makes or breaks him. Excuse me, as a player, because it could be that it starts to affect his confidence. The fact that he's getting in positions, missing chances, he's being targeted and isolated in games and stuff like that. And that's when the media, I'm gonna sneeze again, and other fans will get onto his back more and more.
Has it been that bad or not? Has it been bad on him? Like, has the media said anything? I haven't seen that.
Oh, just still talking about
Kraft, yeah.
Not so much the media, but in player ratings and stuff like that.
Because I honestly don't think it's been that bad.
So I don't think he's had like a heavy criticism. I'm just saying that he should be doing better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I'm sure he would think that.
A lot of tweets and stuff like that about it.
I'm sure even he believes he should be doing.
So Darryl Mitchell-Hill, he mentions the likes of Kraft once again. Says does he need to work on his shooting? It's twice now where he's had decent chance action in Liverpool. So Darryl would convert him, yeah, mate.
Tell me what his fault was, I'm joking.
So Darryl says, how do we fit Lejeune in when he's fit?
Anywhere he wants, because he's lush.
So put him at right wing back.
Can he play behind Jordan?
So he says Dummett was excellent yet again.
Central defence midfield.
He's correct what he's saying. Dummett was great against Liverpool. Done everything that he needed to do. He wasn't a standout player, but look back on those highlights and he does anything he needs to do.
Brilliant. He was excellent.
But probably the most underrated player in that performance.
We've had this conversation time and time again. The weak link in that middle three is Lascelles.
If you're captain, I don't care if he's captain. If Lejeune's fit, you drop him. You drop Lascelles. It's not happening. It didn't happen under Rafa, so it's not going to happen under Bruce. If you're playing your strongest defence, Lascelles drops out, Lejeune comes in. I couldn't give two flying shites if he's captain of the club.
I'd be dropping Dummett out of that as well and having Fernandes, Cher and Lejeune would be my three.
Dummett's done well. Let's see he has done well.
Yeah, I can't knock the kid, but if I'm picking the three best central defenders, that's the three I would pick.
If you're picking them on form,
Fernandes has been fantastic every time he's came into the team.
When he's came into the team, but Dummett's a starting player, so he's playing a lot more of the minutes in the games.
I think Dummett's performance against Spurs away, for me,
he's been great.
For me, that one game, he was amazing.
It's Lascelles. Lascelles has to be dropped for Lejeune. If you're picking one of your defenders, it has to be.
But again, you can't. It's like that whole Almiron Saint-Maximin question. You cannot just bring him back into the team just because he's
absolutely not.
No, I agree. But the reason I mentioned Lascelles is because he could have easily gave away that penalty against Spurs. Well, lucky that didn't go a penalty. Done the same against Liverpool. That was a penalty.
Which one?
So he takes Van Dijk down. So it's definitely a penalty. If you look back, I'm sure it's Van Dijk he takes down. It's definitely a penalty. He's holding on to his arm, pulling him into the box, and there's a fall over. I think VAR looked at that one once again, and they didn't give it. That's a penalty all day long. So you drop him.
But the ref and the VAR didn't think so. So we don't know.
Well, I'm told about.
You don't referee out again.
So VAR in the Liverpool game, I wanted to mention this and I forgot about it.
Oh.
VAR. I thought the whole point was to give the strikers advantage.
Only in Europe.
Then look back to see if it was offside.
I agree.
Well,
twice the linesman flags and the referee stops play. This is not how it works.
In twice as well.
Yeah.
Muto was in Muto was offside.
But the linesman's doing his job, isn't he?
He's doing it badly.
But I think it's
tight.
I think it's only.
Mutu's wasn't like. Mutu was miles onside.
I'm sure that's only a European rule where you let the
striker.
Finish. You let the player
so
continue.
Like Champions League and
Europe
and
then
stuff.
they'll look at it, whereas we're just putting the flag up and the player's dead.
Well, that's for me. That's.
But you think
you've got to go with the officials on the pitch, and then only if they get a decision wrong,
but
do it. And I know it's going to stop.
You need to go back because they're getting the decision wrong before you've had a chance to score.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. I know you're potentially stopping things from developing, but doing things like that is going to ruin
so the Joe Linton one was very tight. Mutu's wasn't. Not even close.
You're not going to change that rule. Managers, coaches aren't going to change that rule. What you can change is Muto, give yourself half a yard.
Well, I think he did the time where he was clearly through on.
He had probably been offside 5 times.
Yeah.
And the referee's fucking sick of him.
Yeah.
Linesman's like, he's fucking offside again.
Yeah.
He's like, see, in that sense that, I'm not saying he's always offside.
He's too fast.
He's
too fast for the play.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You're fast as hell. Just give yourself a yard. I reckon if he stood next to Van Dijk, you could give him a yard and he'd absolutely burn Van Dijk. Because Van Dijk's not quick.
It's that balance between you.
He's on the shoulder.
Finding the pass faster.
I'm not denying that. But going back to your question there, I don't think you can really drop any of yours in the journey. He has to just sit and wait, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just sit and wait his turn. You know?
But sort of like, Muto will come good when we're signing Firmino in January because he'll play them moves through fantastically.
He'll probably be offside.
So Marty Lawrence sends in, Saint-Maximin must be due to come back. Is he a shoo-in or has Atu done enough to keep his place? Keeps his place.
Atu every
Keeps his
day.
place.
There's no way he'll start. There's no way he'll start. He doesn't deserve to start.
He's been...
I think we'll introduce him very slowly. Once again, like substitutes coming on the pitch, blah, blah, blah.
Rightfully so.
I'm telling you now, though,
he hasn't done enough to walk into that team.
Absolutely agree. And Atu's done more than enough to stay in it.
Yeah. And that's why we're talking about if anybody's position's under threat, it would be Almiron's, just because he... And that's not to say that he's playing badly, it's just he's not hitting the heights that Atsu is with creating stuff and being involved.
I tell you something though, when the time does arrive, when 20 minutes to go, half an hour to go, and he brings on Maximum and Carroll, I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what it is, I'll be happy. Like.
So leading into that, next question is from Bruce Drip. He sends in, who will score more goals this season for us? Will it be Andy Carroll, Dwight Gayle or Muto?
That was a NG poll, wasn't it?
I don't know, was it?
A Toon poll, sorry.
Don't know.
The other day, yeah.
So I'm going to go Andy Carroll.
I'll go with Carroll, like. Even though I think Muto will get more game time, that's the only thing, but...
Carroll.
I don't think we'll see Gayle this season.
Oh, was Muto in there as well, was he? Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muto was
right.
in there, yeah. You like Muto, don't you? He's already won up, technically, isn't he? Because he scored in the cup.
I'm going Carroll. Has to be.
Yeah, probably stick with that.
So he also sends in a follow-up question that Brighton's going to be a harder challenge than people think. How do you think the fans will react if we lose? Jesus. If you look at the way some fans reacted to the Liverpool loss.
Last year, I remember I hadn't won in 5 or 6 and we got beat off Brighton at home 1-0. And that was as low as I can remember feeling, especially under Rafa anyway, because everything was so good under Rafa. And I remember I felt really low after that game. Like, there could be absolute hell on. What I'm worried about more than anything is, I'm not even the result at the moment, is when we're playing and there's the first bad pass or the first shot when we haven't scored. The atmosphere then that'll build. Yeah. That's what worries us a bit. And I think some of
Bubbles,
the players,
doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. What it might take is a decision to go against her, to change that a bit, to take it away from the players, because I just feel if Atu does one pass and goes out for a throw in, it'll be absolute hell on. Absolute hell on.
I haven't seen much of that this season though.
No, but what I'm saying though is I think this is the game where you will, because I think people are expecting us to go up there and beat them. And I don't think we're good enough necessarily to do that in the team in Premier League, to be honest. As much as I'd like to think so, but we're not.
Luke sends in, do you think Almiron and Joe Linton can work together as a partnership?
Yes, why not?
I think Almiron's wasted. I honestly do. And he's wasted because Atu is playing so well on the left-hand side, where we saw Almiron playing well at the end of last season. And that's why we're not getting the best out of him.
Do you think, would you say at the moment Atsu's doing more than what Almiron was doing in that position last season? Because I think yes.
He's creating the chances, so you've got to say yeah. He's creating the chances.
Like his ball to Joe Linton for the Spurs game. I don't think Almiron would do that.
But Almiron was a handful last season, wasn't he? Handful to players.
Atsu's confidence is going to be absolutely sky high at the minute, isn't it?
Almiron.
Atsu.
I thought you said Almiron.
Atsu's confidence.
I thought you said Almiron. When he said sky high, I was like, you think Tom was the same player? Yeah.
Whereas Almiron's probably...
Shut a bit.
It doesn't potentially look like it at the minute, but
no, he doesn't. No.
It's got to be playing
point in that
on his mind.
Liverpool game where we've saw Almiron graft his arse off. He's non-stop running after the ball. He's going keeper, defender, keeper, and just doing triangles left, right, and centre. There's one point in that Liverpool game where he just must have thought, "Fuck this," and he just stops and he's like, I'm just running about like a dick.
I don't think that is confidence related. I think it's because he's travelled from bloody Paraguay or whatever, and probably, you know, I mean, he's going to be a bit tired, surely, in one period.
Even I said that last
week. You were different. There was a last cuddling in.
No, but listen, but...
He's not flying coach class like we do, you know.
True.
He didn't work.
What minute of the game was that when he was running around and he didn't decide not to?
I'll probably say...
Second half?
Midway second half.
So there you go.
That little link-up play that we were talking about with him being on the edge of the box and nodding it down to Joe Linton was fantastic. The more he can get into those type of positions, the better, because that's the only thing is... He's not getting close enough to Joe Linton to play it off him.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see different.
Now this is where I struggle with that whole situation, is because I feel when we had two up front when he was trying to play behind Joe Linton, that was the idea going, wasn't it? Didn't work at all. For me, he's much better out wide, and I would rather him sit right on that byline and only have one person to beat the fullback, rather than coming inside and just coming into more traffic. However, I agree with what you're saying. I want him to be closer to Joe Linton. So it's a very hard scenario.
He almost needs to just stick yourself in that position between the left back and the left centre half in that little bit of space, so that he's just close enough so that he can then get in between either the left back and the left centre half, or between the two centre halves.
What Salah's probably the best in the world, isn't he? At playing that role. You've seen the goal that he scored obviously against us. He's come from that side, and next thing you know, he's in the box. But the run that he made for the Shelby pass, for the one you just mentioned there, he did start right on the wing, but he made that run in, bent his run. So, he's intelligent enough to do it. It's just...
So we'll wrap it up with this one. We'll just want a one-word answer from you. If you could keep any current Newcastle United player until they retire, who would it be?
Oh, fucking hell, man. I've got two.
I'm going to do the sensible option and say Dubravka. Keeper. Easy option. Career lost longer, don't they?
He's 30 now, man.
He's still got another 8-9 years.
Right.
That's a starting keeper. Did we not say on the last podcast we wanted like an older keeper to come in as second choice?
Fucking, you've got one. Dubravka.
Probably be quicker than that save he made against Barney.
Probably. We're thinking, by the way, we're having I'm going to say 2 minutes, I think,
It's one word.
Richie.
Oh, Jesus.
Richie, really?
What a shot.
I just love him.
Fabian Shea.
A defender until they retire?
100%, yeah. 100%. But my actual other player, I have to say, it would have been Almiron, actually.
A striker until they retire?
I'd like to keep Almiron all the way through. Like.
Jacob Murphy.
I'd be mint, I think, if you've got 10 years. How old is he? 24?
12, I think.
We'll be keeping fucking Jack Colback and John Joe Shelley until then. Two bastards retire.
I'd probably be Fabian Shea.
Right, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. And once again, we're all sponsored by Guillermo Clothing and Geordie Gifts. So check their websites out on the description below. You do get discounts at both those stores. See you later.
Bye.